My girlfriend, Emma, asked her best friend if she could bring both me and her ex-boyfriend to her wedding. Yes, the same ex she dated for 4 years. In the end, she chose him over me and shared a hotel room with him that night, while I stayed home wondering what the hell just happened. I'm 28M and Emma is 26F. We've been together for about 2.5 years. We lived together in a 2-bedroom apartment we rented about 8 months ago. Until recently, I thought our relationship was solid. Sure, we had a few hiccups, mostly around communication. She often made plans without discussing them with me, or she'd agree to social events I didn't want to attend. Nothing that serious, just the usual relationship growing pains. Her best friend, Lisa, was getting married, and Emma was a bridesmaid. She'd been helping plan the wedding for almost a year. The whole thing was a huge deal for her. She talked about it nonstop, shared all the drama, dresses, venue tours, everything. Now here's where things got weird. About 3 weeks before the wedding, Emma casually mentioned that Lisa was okay with her bringing a +1. I assumed I'd be that +1. We lived together after all. But instead of immediately saying I was coming, Emma hesitated. A few days later, she dropped the bomb. She'd asked Lisa if she could bring both me and her ex, Daniel. I was stunned. I asked her why she even considered inviting him. She said Daniel had remained close friends with Lisa since college and that it would be awkward to exclude him. Still, the idea of both of us attending the wedding felt off. I asked, "Are you seriously inviting both your current boyfriend and your ex-boyfriend to a wedding where alcohol will flow and emotions will be high?" She got defensive and said I was overreacting. After some heated discussions, Emma came back and said Lisa wanted to keep things simple and would allow only one guest per bridesmaid, which meant Emma had to choose. She picked Daniel. Her reasoning? He's known Lisa longer, and it would mean more to her. That's what she said. I didn't know what to say. I told her that if she chose him, she was also choosing to make me feel second best. She got emotional and said I was being controlling, that she wasn't doing anything with Daniel, and that I was ruining her experience. So I backed off. I didn't want to be the jealous boyfriend. But the whole situation gnawed at me. The wedding came. I didn't go. Emma got all dressed up, left for the weekend, and I stayed home with a pit in my stomach. I tried not to think about it. I hung out with friends, gamed, cleaned the apartment. But something didn't sit right. Then came the photos. Lisa posted a bunch of them on Instagram. And there he was, Daniel, dressed in a sharp suit, smiling beside Emma in almost every group shot. One picture showed them dancing together. Another had them walking arm in arm into the reception. I waited for Emma to come home. She returned late Sunday evening, tired but cheerful. She gave me a quick kiss, said it was a lovely wedding, then went to bed early. I didn't ask questions. I didn't want to seem insecure. But then, a few days later, I overheard her on the phone with Lisa. She laughed and said, "Yeah, sharing that room with Daniel was kind of funny, right? It was like old times." Wait, what? When she hung up, I confronted her. "You shared a room with him?" She looked guilty for a second, then said, "It was the only option available last minute. The hotel was fully booked. It wasn't a big deal." I asked her if she had told me this before. She said she meant to, but didn't want to start a fight. I lost it. I told her this wasn't about jealousy. It was about respect. If she had reversed the roles, if I had chosen to go to a wedding with my ex and shared a room with her, she'd lose her mind. She didn't deny that, but she also didn't apologize. Instead, she doubled down. She said I was being possessive and insecure, and that nothing had happened. She even said Daniel slept on the couch in the hotel suite. But I wasn't buying it anymore. Over the next few weeks, the tension grew. I started staying out more, working late, sleeping on the couch sometimes. Emma tried to act like nothing was wrong. She cooked dinner, made small talk, even suggested going on a weekend trip together. But I couldn't shake the image of her and Daniel at the wedding, laughing, dancing, sharing a hotel room. I realized she didn't just make a poor choice. She made a series of conscious decisions that put my feelings last. Finally, I told her we needed space. I packed a bag and moved into my brother's place temporarily. She cried. She begged me to reconsider, said it was all a misunderstanding, that I was throwing away a good thing over one night. But here's the truth. It wasn't just one night. It was a pattern of ignoring boundaries, of brushing off my concerns, of prioritizing appearances over our relationship. I'm still figuring out what to do. Part of me wants to believe she didn't cheat, that maybe nothing happened in that hotel room. But even if that's true, it doesn't fix what broke between us. Trust. Once it's gone, it's really hard to get back.